Welcome back, tribe. Got an episode here from China Unvarnished. 90% of Chinese men starting to avoid very beautiful women. Let's get into it, jeez.
Brothers, if your own conditions are average, don't casually pursue girls with outstanding appearances. The reason is simple. Beauty is not just a small advantage. The allure it brings is long-term and powerful, and this kind of temptation and value conflict can last for years, even decades. A man who is neither rich nor handsome will find it difficult to keep a beautiful partner for the long haul. I remember one time, my childhood friend saw a beautiful girl online and really liked her. Eventually, he managed to get her contact information. My childhood friend is a businessman, the kind of man who is quite wealthy. When they met for the first time, my friend gave her an iPhone 14 as a gift and even transferred 9,999 yuan to her generously. However, just a few days later, she returned all the money and gifts and told my friend that she already had a boyfriend. She explained that she added people on WeChat out of curiosity, just to see what kind of person would be so generous. But that wasn't the end of the story. Later, my friend and this girl became even closer. Although the girl insisted that she would never betray her boyfriend, her chats revealed a lot, like complaints about her boyfriend, that he doesn't make money, has bad habits, or doesn't pay attention to hygiene. Think about it carefully. Whether or not she accepts the gifts or money, the moment a gift is offered, the girl's feelings inevitably experience a subtle imbalance. What truly makes her anxious isn't the material things themselves, but the uncertainty about her future. On the internet, you'll often see posts about friend A traveling abroad, friend B receiving luxury handbags, or friend C showing off luxury cars, mansions, or extravagant weddings. This kind of comparison puts tremendous psychological pressure on girls. Remember, girls also compare in life. However, they compare their boyfriends, marriages, or living conditions.
That's exactly why they're always so unhappy, especially in the West. Guys, think about that for a second. The constant comparison when you're online on social media, all they do all day is constantly look at other women and what they have and what they don't. And they need to feel something, a form of self-esteem, sense of self-worth, by buying the same shit they see on social media or achieving the same lifestyle. Why do you think all this toxic dating culture has sprouted up like crazy? Because it's this herd mentality where they see a woman saying, you can't take me to True Food Kitchen or Cheesecake Factory, whatever it was. You got to take me to the 5-star restaurant. Why? Because that girl did. You got to come to my house with a bouquet of flowers. Why? Because that girl did. You got to pick me up in a nice car because I don't deserve anything less than a $100,000 car picking me up because I'm spending all this money doing my makeup and taking the time to put the clown face on for you. It's bullshit, dude. This is why they are the most unhappy demographic in the world today, is a boss babe, a strong, independent working woman. Because no matter how much they work for the pennies on the dollar that they're getting to keep, they will never feel like they have enough because there's always a woman doing the very things they wish they had. Is not popular to say. Be a stay-at-home wife that gets taken care of by a husband that loves them. Can't say that, sis, because we're disempowering the strong boss babe feminine rhetoric that's being vomited all over social media today. That you don't need a man, that what are men good for? Look what's happening. You don't have a man in your life, you're depressed. You don't have kids in your life with a loving husband, you buy dogs and cats. When you're over the dogs and cats, you start to add in the wine. You have to drug yourself to be okay with your mediocre lifestyle that you got sold, you bought into 100%, and now past 30, the consequences hit you like a brick fucking wall. You can't even get a good man to save your life anymore because you're too old. You're what they call a leftover woman in China, and you can't compete with the younger girls. Now, if the younger girls are smart, they're going to snatch up all these, quote, diamond bachelors. That's what they call them in China. They call a guy that's 30 plus, unmarried, no kids, good job, stable, with assets, a diamond bachelor. That same person that's a woman at that age is called a leftover. I don't make the rules, bro. This is like a worldwide phenomenon. It's tied to biology, your ability to have healthy babies. There's a fertility aspect to this. It's not just like, oh, ageism against women. Sexism against women. No, it's just the same way girls like muscles on a guy, like a guy that looks fit, that takes care of himself, that's smart, that earns a lot of money, has a lot of resources, looks like he could beat the fucking skull out of every dude, aggressive, domineering, muscular, blah, blah, blah. All that shit, man. That's biological. We can't force you to love a dad bod or some dude with a beer gut or some skinny twig that looks like he could get blown over by a gust of wind. You can't force that kind of attraction on women, just like you can't force us to like your old leftover ass with your cobweb puss that's got broken eggs that can't be fertilized. Oh my God, I said it. There you go. It's the equivalent of a brokey. Women aren't expected to give broke guys a chance, so neither are men supposed to be expected, to give these old hags a shot. Game over, dude. We have two problems. Men ain't worth shit in the very beginning, and women are worth everything in the beginning and not shit later. Oh well, we got to play to our strengths. I don't make the rules.
Now let me tell you another story about my friend and another girl. This girl was way above average in terms of education, appearance, and capability. But her boyfriend could only earn a few thousand yuan a month and would collapse in bed from exhaustion after work in their rented apartment. Do you know what happened to them? At the time, she and her boyfriend were planning to buy a home for marriage, requiring a 400,000 yuan down payment. The boyfriend suggested that she contribute half, or 200,000 yuan, to have her name included on the property ownership certificate. However, she didn't have that much money, so she approached my friend for advice. The two agreed that my friend would give her 50,000 yuan every month. What did this girl provide in return? I'd rather not elaborate.
Jesus
Very
Christ.
quickly, my friend transferred 200,000 yuan to her, and even comforted her, saying, "Don't feel pressured. Just treat it as borrowing my money." However, the next day, the girl returned all the money. She told my friend that she had spent a sleepless night thinking it through. She ultimately decided that even if her name wouldn't be on the property ownership certificate, she wouldn't betray her relationship because of money. She also admitted that even if it was a loan, she couldn't repay it. After returning the money, she blocked all of my friend's contact information. It's hard to imagine how much temptation those beautiful girls from less privileged families face in life. Especially when they possess good looks and dress up a little, they attract even more attention. My friend himself isn't bad either. He's the owner of a small internet company, 1.8 meters tall, and quite good-looking. It's rare for a girl to resist his allure. In this age of rampant comparisons, this girl's ability to stick to her principles might be attributed to her good education. She has strong values and has been surrounded by positive influences, which have helped her maintain her principles in a complex environment. So, I sincerely advise everyone, if your own conditions aren't particularly good, don't casually pursue girls who are too beautiful. Even if you do get married, keeping her heart will still be a challenge. Finally, I'd like to remind all the girls, no matter the situation, always stick to your principles. Don't lose your dignity and values because of a moment of temptation, especially when faced with a 200,000 yuan kind of cost.
That's so rare because here in the West, dude, there's those videos of the guys walking around asking chicks, they'll cheat for $100. Like, they don't give a fuck. There is absolutely no loyalty, no respect, no education, no character, no morals or values left in the West. This is why we're full of hedonism, consumerism, materialism, antidepressants, all sorts of psychopharmacologicals just to keep you going throughout the day because you're so numb and void on the inside. Please, bro, you offer a chick $10,000 today in the economy we have in the West, better believe she's going to get down on her knees and absolutely clean the chrome off that pipe. With a husband, with a boyfriend, doesn't matter. It's unreal.
Think carefully about what it might truly entail.
为什么不要找太漂亮的女人呢？因为生肉不单彩。
Why do many people advise men not to pursue overly beautiful women lightly? The reason is actually very simple. Ultimately, if a man lacks sufficient financial strength, having a beautiful woman in his life can create significant pressure.
It's a risk.
This is not about demeaning women but rather discussing from a realistic perspective the challenges that may come with being with a beautiful woman. First,
The Chinese are pragmatic. They'll tell dudes straight up, stop chasing beautiful women. Why? Because she's at risk of being taken. By who? Any man that's got more money than you. It's just a realistic thing to expect in the world. We have a weird Disney mentality that's developed in the West, where only in the West does a man say, I want a woman that loves me for me. Where the fuck did that come from? If she can't love me when I'm poor, she doesn't deserve me when I'm wealthy. Shut up, you fucking toad. When has a woman ever loved a man just for him? It's so stupid. You're always loved for the utility you provide society and those around you. That's what being a man is. That shit hasn't changed. That's like one of the fundamental principles of the red pill. Somehow these fucking Disney toads just took over the entire messaging and were like, no, if she doesn't love you for who you really are, shut up, bro. If you got a ton of money, you show your wealth off. That's the whole point. That's why you get the nice car. That's why you're in the nice clothes. That's why you live in the nice side of town. It's pre-selection. It shows you've already arrived and you are the prize. And she has to fight for your attention. Got dudes over here trying to hide their wealth and shit and you got to pretend you have no money. Shut up. She's going to find out you have it anyway. She's got to love me for who I am, even if I'm poor. Sounds like all the delusion on the other side of the aisle where they're looking for Mr. Perfect fucking Prince Charming. And they're going to live the happily ever after just because they swiped on a Chad with a perfect face and body. And all of a sudden her life is set. That's it. Oh my God. He's in a private jet. That's it. I'm going to tame the wild stallion. Shut up. Both idiots. Unbelievable. So sick of that shit.
First of all, being with a beautiful woman comes with high costs.
Your grandpappy, dude, your grandfather and great-grandfather didn't give a fuck about the concept of love when they were getting married. Can you bear children? Do you come from a decent family? Can your family help us attain more wealth and riches and status in society? Love, what the fuck is that?
Beauty is not just an external attribute but also involves expensive maintenance, such as clothes, handbags, cosmetics, and various lifestyle demands, all of which require money. I know a high school classmate whose monthly income was around 8,000 yuan. His girlfriend was a stunningly beautiful woman, and he spent nearly 6,000 yuan on her each month. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, he lost his job and his income plummeted. His girlfriend quickly broke up with him.
No shit.
In the end, he not only lost his relationship but also a significant amount of money. Truly a case of losing both love and wealth. So, a man must ask himself one crucial question. Do you have sufficient financial strength and the ability to earn consistently? After all, very few women are willing.
So that dude was spending $830 on his chick a month, which for Chinese dudes is a ton of fucking money. Because imagine you're making, the average salary is what, $12,000 a month, something like that? Imagine, bro. This guy was well off because he had $830 a month to spare on his chick. Remember, extremely beautiful by their standards, and disappeared all the same. Peace later when the money dries up. Yeah, it's called utility. Get over it.
To endure a life of hardship for the long term, especially those who are particularly attractive. If you lack money, what can you do? You'll have to spend a lot of time and energy pleasing and accompanying her. Time and energy that could otherwise be invested in your career. The result is that your career stagnates due to distractions, trapping your life in a vicious cycle. Secondly, beautiful women.
Yeah, you know, mostly the young guys believe in this love shit because when you see older dudes, they've already been through it all. They know the game and they got a taste of what it was really like. They're just more pragmatic. You'll have like the 60-year-old guy with like a 22-year-old chick. And it'll be everybody but the old dudes. That's like, she's only there for his money. She doesn't really love him. No shit. And he doesn't give a fuck. That's the point. He has a 22-year-old and he's fucking 60 and his knob's getting polished. He's getting what he wants. She gets what she wants. What the fuck is the problem again? Who is in this Disney mentality like, yeah, but he needs to get a woman his age that will really love him for who he is. He doesn't give a fuck, dude. He's 60-something. He doesn't have much time left. He's enjoying the fruits of his labor. And now he's got a hot young thing that puts a pep in his step every time he gets out of bed. He's got a reason to live longer now. No nagging toads. No ugly fucking attitude, adversarial nature, just feminine, friendly, and fit. Dude just added another 15, 20 years to his fucking life. Just like that.
But she doesn't love him.
I don't think he gives a fuck, dude. He's popping Viagra and going to work.
Women often come with more trouble. Whether it's historical tales of kings or scandals involving celebrities, 80% of disputes and dramas involve women. Moreover, in major historical wars, over 1/3 were triggered by women. Beauty itself is a resource, but it can also bring unnecessary trouble. Even if you marry her, she might still attract a constant stream of admirers. The harassment from these suitors can leave you feeling uneasy. If you're not mentally strong, you may become suspicious of your wife, doubting her loyalty. Over time, this lack of trust will inevitably lead to disharmony in the family and potentially to its breakdown. Thirdly, beautiful women are often used to being praised and adored since childhood, giving them a strong sense of superiority.
This is real, dude.
Having been treated like a princess from a young age, beautiful women usually have high expectations. Even if you're wealthy, you might still struggle to truly win their hearts.
Yep.
Without sufficient personal charisma, relying solely on wealth makes it difficult to earn their genuine affection. What is personal charisma? It's a combination of qualities including confidence, a commanding presence, a carefree attitude that isn't afraid of losing her, and a sense of responsibility. You need to make her both respect and admire you to secure an important place in her heart.
Yep.
Otherwise, even with financial stability, a lack of personal charm can still lead to failure in the relationship. So, what should you consider when choosing a partner?
This is gold.
An ancient saying sums it up aptly: marry for virtue, not beauty. What does this mean? You'll find that most successful tycoons' first wives are usually plain-looking but virtuous. Such wives often provide tremendous support in both career and family, offering irreplaceable encouragement and help, both emotionally and practically. Therefore, rather than chasing a wife who only possesses external beauty, it's wiser to choose a virtuous partner who can weather life's ups and downs with you.
有了，你没遇过跟我说找媳妇儿要找乖的，要找漂亮的，要找身材好看的。
You men always say you want a wife who is obedient, gentle, pretty, and has a good figure. But in my opinion, if your wife is too beautiful, it can easily attract unwanted attention. You must understand, a beauty is not necessarily a good wife, and a good wife doesn't have to be a beauty. When it comes to choosing a wife, I think as long as she looks decent and is willing to live a steady life, that's already very good. It's perfectly fine if you want to find a very beautiful woman, but you must be clear about this. If she's too obedient and beautiful, but her values are off, then you'd better be prepared for the day when she betrays you emotionally. So, let me say this. Men without money should never dream of marrying extremely beautiful women. This is not a joke. If you don't believe me, just look at the scandals involving many celebrities or the numerous cases of beautiful women betraying their husbands in real life. There are simply too many examples like this. Beautiful women aren't inherently bad people, but the problem is that they're particularly prone to attracting attention. Think about it. If you marry a wife who loves beauty and is obsessed with dressing up, she might have one issue, and that is her high maintenance could cost you a lot more money and energy. It's just like buying a car. Those with stable handling, strong power, quick acceleration, and large space often share a common flaw: high fuel consumption. That's why I think when you men choose a wife, you don't need to insist on those who are extraordinarily beautiful, tall, and strikingly gorgeous. Instead, find someone with a higher IQ, better physical endurance, and reliable character. This is the right way to go. Women who appear
Bro, with all the cave trolls and obesity in the West, good luck finding that high IQ and with good endurance.
too obedient, beautiful, and tall might make you feel satisfied on the surface, but behind the scenes? If her beauty seems unnaturally perfect, that could lead to problems. So, instead of agonizing at home, why not find someone who lets you focus on your career with peace of mind? That's the wisest choice, don't you agree?
我不建议鄂尔多斯兄弟们找老婆去找那种大美，这个
I want to say something to all the brothers out there. When looking for a wife, never choose a big beauty. I understand that many people are drawn to beauty, but I must remind everyone that choosing a beautiful woman can come with significant risks. Why do I say this? Because I myself have once been infatuated with beautiful women, but I've realized that they are not the kind of girls who can easily walk into your life. Over the years, I've gradually come to understand this truth. If I were to find a girlfriend, I would definitely choose a woman with average looks. Girls who are exceptionally beautiful often have many issues. These girls have been accustomed to being praised for their appearance from a young age, and as they grow older, they find it hard to understand why others might have a less than perfect mood. They believe their lives have been smooth, which makes it difficult for them to empathize with others.
That's why I told you guys the princess complex is the one you avoid the most. You want to get what we used to call tom girls before all this shit got turned on its head. Or tomboys, excuse me. They were the chicks that was always hanging out with the guys, doing things like fishing, who had an active father in their lives. They went on quads, on dirt bikes. They played in the mud. They got dirty. They were doing things outdoors. They were building value and self-esteem that was far beyond their looks. But when they started getting older, going through puberty, some of them blossomed into truly beautiful women. So you would have an ex-tomboy, I don't know why I keep saying tomgirl, but a tomboy that was like down in the gutters with the boys outside playing, getting dirty, that just sprouted into absolute stunners. Those make the best wives. It's not even close. That's why I say go out there, dude, find you a chick that has boyish qualities in terms of what she likes, with a father that was strongly present, that instilled into her that she's more valuable than just looks. Get you the chick that likes to go fishing, that likes to go hiking, camping. swimming in creeks, rivers, shit like that. The outdoorsy girls. Those are the best wives. It's not even close. Get you that chick that used to live in the countryside and milk those cows. Get down on them knees and get that bucket full of milk. Those udders are waiting. You get you one of those, bro. Chick that knows how to churn cheese and shit. Believe me. I'll let the guys in the comments tell you. But tomboys are very few in between, unfortunately, these days. With social media addiction, we're basically tipping the scale into maximum princess complex to the deranged degree, too. It's not even just a father instilling that kind of toxic behavior. Now it's society as a whole. It's unfortunate.
See, these girls have received special treatment from both their families and society. Their parents constantly praise their looks and charm, and they are often the center of attention in any crowd. They've never lacked admirers, and the love letters they receive could fill a whole bookshelf. Such girls tend to look down on men. They may even develop a certain aversion to men, thinking that men constantly disrupt their lives. Even in the workplace, they might feel that male colleagues and bosses pay too much attention to them. In relationships, these girls are more likely to take control. They believe men should serve them, like asking men to help with things or run errands. In their minds, men are supposed to help them, and if a man doesn't, then there's something wrong with him. As a result, these beautiful women often don't realize their own flaws. To be honest, I understand this mentality. It's human nature. If you were a beautiful woman, you'd probably like being pursued and enjoy having people give you gifts and praise you all the time. However, from a man's perspective, such a woman may seem very attractive. When dating her, you'd enjoy looking at her beauty, but when it comes to marriage, you might face a lot of problems. Therefore, I sincerely suggest to all the brothers, when choosing a partner, while physical attractiveness is important, the most critical factors in long-term companionship are the person's character and values.
100%.
Many men have had this mindset.
Character and values, guys. It's just hard because we all lead with our dicks. Let's be honest. We see with our eyes first. Our brains will register the character and values later. Is her ass fat? Are her boobs big? Does she have an hourglass figure? And unfortunately, women lead with that. They don't cover themselves anymore like they used to. This is the hypersexualized society we live in. They basically let it all hang out. And you're basically seeing the goods with very little effort. So that's where your mind goes. So then you start to treat them like the very thing they hate, a piece of meat, a commodity. It is what it is. This is what happens when you lead with your body. Same thing that happens to men that lead with their wallet. They get used. So can't blame men for being what women are turning them into. Being with a beautiful woman is like carrying a fragile vase every day. It's exhausting. That's a great saying. He'll have to spend the rest of his life working hard to wine and dine her. And when someone better looking has money comes along, she'll leave him. No thanks. Smart men know that beautiful women are for sale. The women will leave them the first opportunity they can for someone they perceive as better. Hypergamy. Lies. Y'all don't get it. He ran because he knows this girl's family will demand $1 million bride price, a house and a car. Avoid that at all costs. Let's be honest. Many men avoid beautiful women because they know they can't afford their lifestyle. That's a fact, yeah. No one ever tells beautiful women the truth. Fact. It's simple. You have a beautiful woman. Your children born through her will also be beautiful. But this woman can take a toll on your mental health as they get a lot of attention from other men. If you become weak, you can get ditched by her. Yeah, the whole mental side of this, what he said, outcome independence, not letting her feel like she's got you by the balls, that you can kick her out at any moment, and that you're not a slave to her in any way whatsoever, as she lives to serve you, despite her beauty and all that shit. When you have a clear boundary set and you enforce them, it's attractive for all women, period. It's just that when you get a beautiful woman, men's boundaries tend to go to the wayside completely. You let her walk all over you because you're trying to negotiate that attraction, and then she ends up walking all over you because you have no more boundaries. Yeah. Once you learn what to really do, it works on all of them, bro. Put yourself first. That's the key. You are the prize. Once you realize that, once you treat yourself like that in every relationship, you put your foot down and your actions match your intentions and you defend your boundaries ruthlessly and you let her know that she could fucking take a walk anytime she wants. Door is open. You'll get a woman that will submit. Until then, dude, enjoy simping and busting out the wallet for the clam and getting treated like a fan. That's what happens. Thoughts, guys, on this episode? Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't, grab yourselves some Hoflation mugs. They're on the store. Links are in the description below, as well as the shirts. Appreciate you guys for buying them. Check out the second channel. We put videos over there daily almost, sometimes with the community calls that we do 5 times a week. And if you want to, sign up. We'd love to have you. Share some wisdom. Likewise, thank you for doing the private consults, everybody. They've been a blast. And we will see you on the next one. Take care. Oh, happy Turkey Day.